All right, everybody, welcome back to the Firahs podcast with your boy Firahs. This is the podcast where I talk my shit, have a great time, and enjoy the conversation. Yeah, it's been a while. Didn't drop an episode on Friday. I had some technical difficulties. I was ill, so a lot of things was going on. I did actually record something, but it was terrible. Um, what should I add it to the end of this episode? Maybe. You can hear how terrible it was. I sounded ill. I went on it for the conversation. There was nothing going, and it was dead true. But before we get on to the episode, for today's one, no sip today. Like I just said, haven't been great. So, no sips for your boy today. Today we're just chilling, catching a vibe. And we're going to be talking about the Grammys. The Grammys went on last night of the day of filming. It is the 8th of Feb, I see? Or 6th of Feb. Sorry, 6th of February, Monday. So yesterday was the Grammys on the 5th of February on a Sunday. And yeah, we're going to talk about it, man. Grammys 2023. Today is a Grammys only conversation special where we're only going to be talking about the Grammys, going through the music, going through the winners, going through who we wish we would have won, who didn't win. Let's see, because obviously, you know, I started off the season, the podcast with a nominees for, I believe it was the Brits. We're talking the Grammys. I think if you did look into the radio shows, if anyone's ever seen my radio show, I did do like a little Grammys thing there. I think it's actually on my TikTok and all that kind of stuff, Instagram. It will be at the Street Sessions, or you can catch it on Firahs 93 on TikTok. So go check them out. But let's get into the podcast, man. Start with a Grammy and give you an overall. Obviously hosted by Trevor Noah. Trevor did a very, very, very good job at hosting the Grammys, I think, this year. I was fairly impressed. Did I watch the whole show? No. So let me not act like I saw the full length of that 2-3 hours or however long it is. It could have been. It was streamed on YouTube, so you could have watched it for free. I just liked the opening and the way he brought in The Rock with the whole Adele situation. I thought that was pretty dope, walking around, kind of like dropping a couple of jokes. And yeah, I think it was dope, man. I like the way he also engaged with the artists throughout the show. When from the clips I've seen, when you know, like what he did with the Guarded thing, but saying, yeah, I see what you did there. We the best. I don't know. Trevor Noah did a very good job, very good engagement. Yeah, man, good host, man. Obviously, 8 minutes, God did, you know, big show. It kind of felt like they was trying to not let us say that they don't have respect for the hip hop scene this year. So a lot of hip hop that went on in terms of live performances. There was a lot of hip hop in general that throughout the Grammys for some reason. There was just so much hip hop. I don't know if there's a testament to where hip hop is and how great hip hop is at the moment, or whether they were just trying too hard to say, look at us, we put you on, okay? We do not disrespect, we are not out of touch, we know what's going on in the culture. If that's the case, then whatever, man. Personally, for me, I'm not going to say it was forced, that's not where I'm going, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad show. But yeah, God did, 8 minutes. Jay-Z performed his whole verse, which was crazy. You know, like just the way they had it, Rick Ross coming in and Lil Wayne coming in second, and then obviously you had Jay-Z, and they all kind of sat around a table. Man, it was a dope performance, man. You know, shout out to DJ Khaled with God did. Quavo performed a tribute for Takeoff, which I thought was dope as well. He had photos at the back of his screen that was kind of like, it was like a slideshow of, I believe, people that led other legends that passed away as well, which I thought was quite nice. Pretty dope. I didn't know everybody on the screen, so I'm assuming they were legends or just musicians or people in the industry, but I'm not entirely sure who everybody was. That's why I'm saying I'm assuming they're other legends, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I'm not like I knew every single person, and I can't exactly remember everyone that was shown as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. But I thought that was pretty nice touch. Nice to see Quavo, you know, coming out there, you know, still showing love for Takeoff, you know, rest in peace. People who don't know, he got unfortunately shot in an altercation with when he was out with, I believe, Quavo as well. So yeah, that was a nice little touch there. Busta Rhymes did his thing. There were so many others that did their thing. Obviously, Harry Styles also performed, of course, and Lizzo performed. So overall, I would say, yeah, the Grammys was an okay show. I'm not really into award shows. It's not really my thing. I don't like watching it. It's not something that I inspire to watch. You know what I mean? I just don't. I'm not really an award show, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But the reason why we are here is for the conversation, man. We're gonna go through who won, who took L's, who should have won, what did the Grammys get right, what did the Grammys get wrong. Let's get into it, man. And we're gonna start big. Record of the year, or in other words, if you're from the UK, you might want to say song of the year, because we ain't dropping them record, yeah. We ain't dropping that record. You know what I'm saying? You know that record. Can't even do that. So that too. But let's get into it. Record of the year. So let's go. We'll go for the list. We had "Don't Shut Me Down" by ABBA. No Abracadabra. Don't get it twisted. ABBA. Okay, the Swedish man. Anyway, "Easy on Me" by Adele. "Break My Soul" by Beyonce. "Good Morning Gorgeous" by Mary J. Blige. "You and Me on the Rock" by Brandy Carlisle featuring Lucius. "Woman" Doja Cat. Woman. Yeah, that joint. "Bad Habit" Steve Lacy. "The Heart Part 5" by Kendrick Lamar. Big tune. "About That Time" Sentimental. You know what I'm saying? Like TikTok Phenomenon by Lizzo. "As It Was" Harry Styles. Right off the bat, I would say that the winner for me would have been. It's easy to see why the person who won, and obviously if you've seen it, I don't know. I'm acting like I'm doing some huge suspense because we already know who's won by now, right? Obviously Lizzo took home the trophy with "About Damn Time." TikTok Phenomenon, as I said, huge success with that single. That single was doing in numbers, right? The impact I think "About That Time" had, I would say, is actually greater than everybody else on this list. However, is it the best song? No. I think it's the best moment. I feel like "About That Time" had the best moment. It had a feel good factor. It had obviously the dance. It had the social media engagement. Obviously, like I said, that little dance thing on TikTok did what it did, and it impacted a lot of families. A lot of people online were really enjoying it and putting their own spin and their own moment and their own dance and their own fun on this single, which is why I would say it had the best moment of the year. But I wouldn't say it's the best song of the year. Now, if we're talking purely music, "Break My Soul" Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar "The Heart Part 5" are both better songs than "About Damn Time." "As It Was" Harry Styles, better song than "About Damn Time." So that's 3 songs already that I'm looking at like, it's better than "About Damn Time." I'm sorry. "Easy on Me" with Adele, probably even put that as a better song as "About Damn Time." But then "About That Time" beats the rest. "Woman" Doja Cat, no. Mary J. Blige, no. She was not there. "Bad Habit," no. Do you know what I mean? "You and Me on the Rock," no. "Don't Shut Me Down," no. You see, them joints there were not better than "About That Time." But there you go. The song I prefer, the song that I like the most, so let's just say that would have been, for me, I would have given it to probably Adele, "Easy on Me." But I do like "Break My Soul" by Beyonce as well. But I just don't think Beyonce should have won Song of the Year. So for that reason, "Easy on Me," Adele. But "About Damn Time," Lizzo winning, I'm not mad at it. It probably is one of the biggest singles of that year in terms of impact that it had on the people them. And for that reason and that reason only, "About Damn Time," Lizzo, record of the year. So big shout out to Lizzo for that one. No surprises there. Let's go into another one. Album of the year. This one, if you've been watching any of my content, you know who I've been saying album of the year has been here on radio, and I said it on the first episode of the Firahs podcast, right? So just want to put it out there that when Firahs gets you correct, I need my flowers, you heard? Because I didn't think Lizzo had song of the year. I've never said Lizzo did, but album of the year, yeah. Everybody agrees with Firahs. They don't want to hear nobody at me. I'm saying, all I'm saying, I know what I'm talking about. That's all I'm gonna say. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the music thing. I know people be like, "Oh, is he credible, bro? I'm credible." Let me not talk about the credentials, but like, listen. All I'm saying is, I got this one right, and people need to respect my craft, bro. Anyway, let's get into it. So, album of the year, you have Voyage, ABBA, 30, Adele, Un Verano Sin Ti. Listen, I butchered that, but I don't speak Spanish. By Bad Bunny. Renaissance, Beyonce. Good Morning Gorgeous, Mary J. Blige. In These Silent Days, Brandy Carlisle. Music of the Severes, Coldplay. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar. Special, Lizzo. And Harry's House by Harry Styles. First of all, right off the bat, Harry Styles won that one. Now, I've been predicting Harry Styles winning Album of the Year on two, three different platforms, bro. I've known this. I'm gassed. I just want my flowers. Now, I'm gonna say this again. Harry Styles, which I did mention before, had one of those albums that I feel like he was able to create sounds that was quite different and quite new to where we are right now, especially within the pop world. I just think the way he touched on certain records was lit, was a vibe. You know, just that vibe that Harry Styles brought, I think, was something that was missing in the pop world, and he's found a sound that I think makes him sound good. Very different from the days of One Direction. Obviously, he decided to head in a different direction. Very well, and I just I agree with Harry Styles winning Album of the Year. I don't have a problem with that. Kendrick Lamar had a great album. Lizzo should never have won it. Mary J. Blige, not for me. Beyonce potentially, but I don't think she had enough dope songs. She had good songs, but not hits. She had good songs. Bad Bunny, listen, I can't tell you if Bad Bunny should win Album of the Year or not, because personally, I don't know what he says. So lyrically, I can't come to you with, yeah, Bad Bunny should be winning because of boom, boom, boom. I can just say, based on flows, Bad Bunny could definitely win Album of the Year, but I don't know. So in that way, that reason only, I don't really have much of an opinion on Bad Bunny, but it wouldn't be surprised if he won. He had one of the biggest years, one of the biggest sellout tours, making most money. Like, the guy was lit. 30 Adele. Adele probably came closest, I believe, to Harry Styles, more closer than Beyonce. And then obviously you had Voyage with ABBA. Wouldn't have given it to ABBA. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if ABBA won. So it's one of them ones. But for me, Harry Styles definitely should have won. I would have put Adele second, and then I would have put Beyonce third. The rest of them, and then like, listen, no, sorry. So whoa! I almost forgot about Kendrick. Sorry. Harry, so Harry obviously won. That's what I agree with. I would then put Kendrick second, then Adele, then Beyonce. But that's just me. Okay? Harry Styles winning Album of the Year. Very happy with that. I just believe he deserves it more than most people. I think he's had a very good year. I think it's his debut album, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not, I'm sorry, but this album was cool. Like to see it. Shout out to Harry Styles doing it for the UK scene, for the man that care. You know, Harry is from the UK. If you care, if you don't, I think it's from X Factor as well. To be honest, shout out to X Factor. But yeah, we're gonna get into Song of the Year now. Oh wait, Song of the Year, Record of the Year. Bloody hell. Bruv, miss me with that one. But I'm just so confused about what I just saw. Is it Song of the Year as in songwriting? Oh, yeah. So it's songwriters. Alright, cool. So Song of the Year. Let's get into this one. Now, this one is going to be a lot of reading because, there's a lot of songwriters that seems to be involved with these joints. So let's get through it, man. We've got A, B, C, D, E, F, U, Sarah Davis, Gail, and Dave Pittenger, songwriters. About Damn Time, Melissa Lizzo Jefferson, so that's obviously Lizzo's full name, Melissa Jefferson, Eric Frederick, Blake Slatton, and Firo Michael Thomas songwriters. To be honest, I'm not going to be reading all this. So Song of the Year, A, B, C, D, E, F, U, About Damn Time, All Too Well, As It Was, Bad Habit, Break My Soul, Easy on Me, Guarded, DJ Khaled, The Heart Part 5, and Just Like That. Obviously, so Song of the Year is basically everybody that's pretty much involved with the track, right? So you got the songwriters. The winner was Just Like That, Bonnie Raitt. And Bonnie Raitt was the only songwriter on this track as well. So he was a solo dolo one for this one that had credit on the track. Shout out to Bonnie Raitt on this one. Just Like That. Not my Song of the Year. To be fair, I've only heard the song in glimpses. I'm not gonna act like I've had a full experience of this Bonnie Raitt tune, but not Song of the Year for me. I probably would have given it to. It's a hard one, something, yeah. Not About Damn Time. Um, maybe All Too Well. Maybe Taylor Swift. Would I? Maybe. Um, you got Guarded. I probably would have given it to the Heart Part 5 Kendrick, man. Um, I just think the content that Kendrick is able to bring to a track is extraordinary. It's just really nice. It's smooth. It's lyrically. The flow. Everything about Kendrick is cool. The only problem I have with Kendrick, he takes too goddamn long to come back with music. That's the only issue I have with Kendrick. He takes too long breaks. Um, and it's funny because I was listening to a DJ Academics and like one of his, I think it was some guy called Boom on Twitch. I do like a back to back lyrical battle between Drake and Kendrick, and fortunately Drake won that one. But Drake has so much more music than Kendrick, right? So there's more dope lyrics to use in a battle than it is for Kendrick. So, I don't know, but yeah. The Heart Part 5 for me, so I'll read out the mandem on that list. So you got Jay Kosich, Johnny Kosich, Kendrick Lamar, and Matt Schaefer are the songwriters for that joint. Big shout out to Bonnie Raider for winning that with Just Like That. Best New Artist, we've got Anita, we've got Omar Apollo, Domi and JD Beck, Mooney Long, Samara Joy, Lado, Manskin, Toby Ngui, I don't know if I butchered that, Molly Tuttle, and Wet Leg. The winner of that was Samara Joy. Again, I don't know too much about Samara Joy. I know bits and bobs about the music, but I don't know enough to give too much of an opinion. I look at Anita and I'm very surprised Anita didn't win that. But, there you go. That's me. Lado would never have given it to Lado anyway. I feel like Lado's been around for such a long period of time. Why is she even in Best New Artist? Like, Lado's been about for a minute, Best New Artist now? Come on. Lado? Nah. Lado, you've been around for a very long time, bitch. But we still rate you in the streets. You feel me? You heard? But yeah. Best New Artist, Samara Joy for me. Don't really have much of an argument. Wet Leg also had a big year. Got a lot of Brit nominees. I think like 2, 3 in there. So shout out to Wet Leg. You lot are doing your thing. But best pop solo performance. You got Easy on Me, Adele. You got Moscow Mule, Bad Bunny, Woman, Doja Cat, Bad Habit with Steve Lacy, About That Time with Lizzo, As It Was with Harry Styles. The winner on that one was Adele. Again, I don't disagree with this one. I think Adele definitely has one of the best performances, like, all time. Like, when she jumps on the mic, your goosebumps jump up and you chill and things like, bro, you're chilling there like this with your mouth open, like, hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even believe it's on stage, bro. Easy on Me, easy winner there. Listen, another Bad Bunny could have won that one again. You know what I'm saying? Bad Bunny could have won. Doja Cat could have won. Harry Styles could have won as well. To be fair, this one was quite a strong list. The only person, Steve Lacy, Bad Habit. I don't know if that ever won, but yeah. Who would I have given it to though? I probably would have stuck with Adele. Adele for me should have won that, and she did, and I'm very happy with that. So big shout out to Adele for winning that one. Best pop duo group performers. Don't Shut Me Down by Ava. Bam Bam, Camila Cabello featuring Ed Sheeran, big tune. My Universe, Coldplay, and BTS. Whew, big collaboration there. I Like You, Post Malone and Doja Cat. Unholy, Sam Smith and Kim Petras or Patras. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm butchering it, I am sorry again. Again, listen, Sam Smith and Kim took away that one with Unholy. Not surprised by that one at all. You could have kind of gone with Bam Bam with Camila Cabello from the Ed Sheeran. I think the other ones, not so much. Post Malone and Doja should never have won that one. My Universe, I don't think should be winning, and ABBA definitely shouldn't have won. So I would have, either Bam Bam or Unholy. Obviously, Sam Smith having a big year, a very big year. Obviously, coming off the back of that controversial music video. He did also perform at the Grammys. I believe he performed the song as well. It was still a bit racy. So for all the man, I get a bit emotional about watching man on stage, doing assassination. But listen, you can't get emotional. You listen. Don't hate the player, hate the game. The game wants what the game wants, and if you can't handle it, press the X button on the screen because nobody cares, dog. You feel me? But anyway, big shout out to South Smith and Kim. Unholy. Now let's get into the next one. Best traditional pop vocal album. Right off the bat, we're not going to really go into it. Michael Bublé won that one. Best pop vocal album. So for this one, we've got Voyage with ABBA, 30 Adele, Music of the Spheres, Coldplay, Special with Lizzo, and Harry's House with Harry Styles. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Listen, I would have loved to see Adele won it, but Harry Styles took it home. Best Dance Electric Recording. Break My Soul, Beyonce, Rosewood, Bonobo, Don't Forget My Love, Diplo and Miguel, I'm Good, David Guetta and Bebe Rexha, Intimidated, Kate Trinada featuring her, and On My Knees, Rufus Du Sol. Again, Beyonce took it home. I don't really have much of an opinion on this list. Beyonce for me, easy. Best Dance Electric Music Album, Renaissance, Beyonce. Oh, by the way, Beyonce broke the most records for the most Grammys ever by receiving 32 Grammys altogether. Now, so big salute and big shout out to Beyonce as well. I thought that's an interesting fact that I had to state out there. Beyonce, 32 goddamn Grammys. What are you saying, bruh? Because she also won Best Dance Electric Music Album as well. So that's what I was getting to, bruh. Shout out to Beyonce, man. Renaissance, Beyonce winner. Obviously, in that group, she had Fragments with Bonobo, Diplo, The Last Goodbye by Odessa or Odessa. You can figure it out. And it's surrendered by Rufus Du Sol. So Beyonce won that one. Big shout out to Beyonce, and we love you. Best Contemporary Instrumental Album, we're going to skip that one. Best Rock Performance, we're definitely going to skip that one. A big shout out to Broken Horses. Brandy Carlisle won that one. Best Metal Performance, again, we'll skip that, but shout out to Ozzy Osbourne featuring Tony Iommi with Degradation Rules. They won that one. Best Rock Song, not really too interested, but again, Broken Horses won that. Best Rock Album, again, not too fussed with this group. ABBA, Patient Number 9, Ozzy Osbourne won that one, so big shout out to you for that. Best Alternative Music Performance, again, Wet Leg winning that one with Chase Long. Don't have much of an opinion on that. Best Alternative Music Album, Wet Leg winner again. Listen, they had a good time, bro. Best R&B. Let's get into something, man. Obviously, I ain't sipping that, but I got a little squash. Best R&B Performance. Virgo's Groove Beyonce. Here With Me, Mary J. Blige featuring Anderson .Paak. His and Hers, Moody Long. Over, Lucky Day. And Hurt Me So Good with Jasmine Sullivan. Am I surprised by the winner? A little bit. Was it Hers and Hers? No, I said His and Hers, Hers and Hers, Moody Long was the winner. Personally, I wanted to see Mary J. Blige featuring Anderson .Paak pick it up, but Hers and Hers, bloody hell. Mooney Long picked up the winner for that one. No surprises there, really. But let's get into the next one. Best Traditional R&B Performance. Do For Love by Shino Allegra. Keeps On Falling, Babyface featuring Ella May. Plastic Off the Sofa, Beyonce. Round Midnight, Adam Backstone featuring Jasmine Sullivan. And then we got Good Morning Gorgeous, Mary J. Blige. Plastic Off the Sofa, Beyonce was the winner. And I would say clear favorite winner for me. It's Beyonce. Sometimes you just gotta shout out to your 32. So what I'm saying. Obviously you got Best R&B Song. Winner was Cuff It, which is the Beyonce joint. Big tune there. Yeah, man, listen, it was up against Good Morning Gorgeous, Hers and Hers, Hurt Me So Good, Please Don't Walk Away. No surprises to, Beyonce winning that one. Best Progressive R&B Album, Operation Funk by Corey Henry. Gemini Wright, Steve Lacy. You got Drones, Terrence Martin, Starfruit, Moonchild, and Red Balloon, Tang and the Bangers. Obviously, the winner was Gemini Wright, Steve Lacy. You got Best R&B Album, Black Radio Free, Robert Glasper, easy win there. Obviously, was up against Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige, Breezy by Chris Brown. Surprised Chris Brown didn't win that one actually. You got Candy Drip, Like It Dave, and Watch the Summer, PJ Morton. We'd love to see Chris Brown pick up something, to be honest. Best rap performance, you had Guardian with Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, John Lennon, and Friday. You had Vegas, Doja Cat, Pusha P, Gunna featuring Young Thug. You feel me? I mean, obviously now Gunna's a snitch, so he's not allowed to win nothing. FNF, Hit Kid, Glorilla. Big tune, big tune. Glorilla could have won that. And then obviously the Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, which was the obvious winner for me, I think. I don't think anyone can disagree that Kendrick Lamar shouldn't have won that. Best rap, yeah, Kendrick. It's not really much of a conversation. Guy was probably the closest push, I think, to Kendrick on that one. Best melodic rap performance. Oh, this one got saucy. Got Beautiful, Diddy Khaled featuring Future and SZA. Sorry. Wait for You, Future, Drake and Thames. First Class, Jack Harlow. Die Hard, Kendrick Lamar featuring Blacks and Amanda Rafer. And then Big Energy, Lado as well, by Lado. Wait for You, Future, featuring Drake and Thames. Easy winner for me. I mean, bar maybe First Class, Jack Harlow. I don't think anything else can play. And First Class, for me personally, ain't even that good of a song. We just like the chorus. That's for facts. Best rap song, obviously Heart Part 5, Kendrick won that. It was up against Guardian, obviously Pusha P. Wait for You and Churchill Downs. Easy win for me. Best rap album, you got Guardian, DJ Khaled, I Never Liked You, Future, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, Jack Harlow, and Mr. Murat and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar, and It's Almost Dry, Pusha T. Now this is an interesting one because I generally, bro, let's just start by saying Guardian, DJ Khaled should not be part of best rap album of the year. I'm sorry, no. He has, no, just stop. No. I Never Liked You, Future, decent album at best. But Future drops good music though, man. But I don't know. Anyway, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, Jack Harlow should never be on the best rap album of the list. I feel like Jack Harlow and Khaled are there on popularity than merit in terms of actually having the best body of work. But that's a conversation for another day. But ultimately, I think rap album was really between Kendrick and Pusha T. It's Almost Dry, Pusha, whew, phenomenal. Kendrick Lamar, phenomenal. Obviously, comeback season as well. So you're going to be looking at this one a little bit different. But the tunes on there, crazy. Kendrick winning Best Rap Album was the correct goddamn decision. So, you lot at the Grammys got something right for once. We're not talking about Best Country Solo Performance. We don't care. But Live Forever, Willie Nelson, great winner there. Best Country Do It, again, we're not talking about all of that. But Never Wanted to Be That Girl, Carly Pearce and Ashley McBride won that one. Obviously, Best Country Song, Till You Can't by Matt Rogers. A lot of country stuff going on in here that I don't really want to hear about. And we've got the jar situation. I'm not talking about all of this. You know what I mean? I think we pretty much touched on everything that I wanted to touch on. Best Latin Jazz Album. Who was the winner? I don't really care. Best Gospel. Nah, listen, I ain't Christian. You get me? Me not now, but the gospel scene like that. Do you feel me? You got Best Roots, Best Latin Album. Obviously, winner here was Presidios. Then after that, Ruben Blades. But yeah, I think we've pretty much touched on everything. I just want to make sure that that's a fact. Bluegrass, traditional blues, contemporary folk album. But yeah, listen, the Grammys this year has had a fairly good review actually from a lot of people. I think a lot of people really was feeling it this year. I'm still kind of scrolling, and I think I'm pretty much done. Best Engineer Album, Harry's House. Producer of the Year, Jack. For classical. Okay, no, we don't get all that. Anyways, man, I think that's it, man. That's the full list of the people that we care about. So yeah, man, Grammys 2023. How do you feel? I'll give Grammys a 6 out of 10. I think they got a lot of the nominees right. A lot of the winners you can't be mad at. Some are questionable. Some nominees, I don't know. Obviously, for them is brand related. They can only get the best of the best that makes them look good. So I'm not really gonna be mad at them for that. Obviously, we got our salute Beyonce. 32 Grammys, making history there for the most Grammys of all time. So big shout out to her. You know what, like Beyonce, she won 4 prizes of the night, so she had a huge hit. I believe Harry got a couple as well, so he had a huge hit. Um, but yeah, man, I'm not really mad at it. So Grammy 2023, what you think? Obviously, this is your boy Firahs. Oh, I do want to say as well, if you haven't been watching football, it's been a massive weekend. So I'm really excited to announce that we've got a footy talk show coming soon. Um, Let me see if I can get Lee on the thing. If I can't, then I'll just cut the call. It's not that deep. We can talk a little bit of football quickly, you know what I mean, and see if he answers. Otherwise, I'll just cut all of this out. But yeah, so we've got a footy talk coming very, very soon. With my man Lee, we're going to be talking football content on a regular basis. We haven't picked a week yet that we will be doing it. So we'll be very excited for people to get involved and see. Yo, Lee!
That's certainly, man. Give me one pick, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing, alright?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I was literally just doing my podcast and I was just announcing that Footy Talk's going to be coming back very, very soon at some point. I told her. I didn't give him like a date. I just said, well, it's in the works right now. So I just thought I'll call you and...
Yeah, no, man. Hopefully, like, about another week or so, just because fucking us doing so much pain, man. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, no. I was actually going to ask you, obviously, football weekend's been a bit mental. What did you think of the Palace game, bro?
Yeah, I mean, look, I looked at it. I did think we'd lose anyway because your record at home, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 13 games now, isn't it? You've won all 13. You haven't like lost or drawn or nothing.
Yeah.
So I thought about your home record that we'd lose anyway, but I sort of put 2-0 in my head. So to lose 2-1 in the end ain't that bad, man. And to be honest, as well, like we're missing Sahar. We didn't really bring any forward players in. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I think we need another striker, Sharif, if I'm honest. But
yeah,
I think it's something they're going to do in the summer, really. I think they're probably going to move Mateta on and get someone in, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like the interesting thing with Palace is you lot didn't really get going until the red card, in my opinion. I didn't really...
No, yeah, that was it. I mean, you lot was total control of the game, weren't you?
Yeah, we was literally cruising, and then we had to start bringing on defenders, and Palace picked it up, really.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. And I don't know. I just sort of look at it. We're not doing as bad as some people make out. I mean, because I've sort of questioned things in my head, but I'm thinking, hang on a minute, we haven't had no proper investment, right?
No, you haven't.
No. What do you call it? Like Sahar's form. Honestly, when he started the season, he was on fire, wasn't he? And then his form went off, mate, and didn't bring anyone in to fill the void of like when, like, say if he's injured or got a ban or whatever else. Like, I mean, he's injured at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah,
we haven't actually got anyone to come in and score the goals. So I look at it that some of the clubs around us have spent money, and we're higher than some of the other teams like Wolves and shit like that. Wolves, West Ham.
Bro, yeah.
Wasn't it Aston Villa?
Yeah.
Aston Villa, or we level with Aston Villa. And I think to myself, these are clubs that spend money. Like, do you know what I mean? I look at it that Vieira's doing all right, man, compared to... And the fixtures we got as well, like... Honestly, Sharif, the fixtures is evil, man. Like, you know, got Brighton next, fucking flying. Brentford as well, another team flying. Then we got Liverpool, mate. And let's have it right.
They're not flying.
Liverpool are struggling, but I bet you they turn up against us, because they always do.
Normally, I would probably agree, but there's something not right with this Liverpool team, man. I don't know if I see it. I don't know. I feel like Klopp either leaves at the end of the season or faces the sack, because they're trying to sell the club. And, you know, if they're not even in that Champions League or in Europe, period, the fee to sell the club, like, gets lowered, because obviously the owners are going to be like, well, you're never in the Champions League.
There is something going on there. You know what? Do you know what I think it gets to a point sometimes, mate?
Yeah.
Is you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. It's a bit like Man City, isn't it? Because like we look at Guardiola and Klopp, that I know players love playing for them, but at the same time, I can imagine they piss players off as well.
I feel like Pep's a bit different, right? Because Pep's like dropped Foden, dropped Kevin De Bruyne, obviously ended up dropping the right, but was it Cancelo, and then sold him anyways because they had a bust up because he wasn't playing. Yeah. It's like he's not dropping like fringe players. He's actually dropped his captain, and we don't know why.
It's mad. I'm with you. I'm just wondering if because of how big their egos and stuff are, do you think that they sort of might be having a go at players and stuff and blaming them for why things are going wrong? Not so much in the media, but like behind closed doors, because Pep can be quite volatile, can't he? Like I see him having a go at Mahrez yesterday.
Yeah.
He might be pissing players off, mate, and everyone knows now that the players have got so much power. Are they starting to play like because they don't want him now? So you don't know, because it gets to a point where it has to end at some point. Guardiola and Klopp ain't going to be there forever. They're going to have to change it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the difference between because everybody keeps having this like conversation surrounding like Klopp and Pep being compared to Sir Alex Ferguson. And I think this thing that Sir Alex Ferguson could do was sell our best players. Like he would, if the ego gets too big, they were out of here. David Beckham, Van Nistelrooy, Roy Keane.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like he was able to just get rid of 3 or 4 like starting lineup players and bring 3 or 4 new in, and then and create a whole new squad. And I think people like Klopp and Pep, I wouldn't say they have favourites, but they kind of just keep it. Mourinho does the same thing as well. They keep the same players that they kind of always relied on. And then when I don't know if they burn out or just get tired or whatever happens for whatever reason. Because
could be that.
Yeah, whatever.
I just think it's weird, isn't it? Like, look how bad Man City look this season. They look terrible, man. Like yesterday, again, like Tottenham. How many times Tottenham could get through? I was thinking,
I was watching that game thinking Tottenham are supposed to be the shit one here. And they look like they're fighting for the league.
Akanji and Ake, come on, man! You're going for the top honours, and you've got them pair at the back.
But you see what I mean? Though Laporte came back from injury. He's not even put back in the team. I don't understand.
Weird. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't understand.
Yeah, was on the bench as well.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really get what Pep's doing. I feel like
I said though, truthfully, it might be something going on with the players, like both teams. Because, like Salah, look at Salah, man. Like he looks terrible this season, man.
He's awful, isn't he? Like you start to wonder why they offered him the big contract and not Mane at this point.
You know that. I mean, like usually, like when he goes through on goal, you think goal.
Yeah.
Like, his composure in front of goal's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's been some times this season, like me and my pal, there was a bet on William Hill. It was Mo Salah to have a shot on target. It was even money. So we put a tenner on it because you just think, well, it's a quick tenner, isn't it? You think that he'd have a shot. He played the whole 90 minutes at Anfield and didn't have a shot on target. And I think, fucking hell, man. I couldn't believe it. I was gutted. I just wasted a tenner. The old Salah, fuck me, he'd probably had about 4 or 5 chances in 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
It's so true. Yeah, I don't know. Like Liverpool's case is very interesting because we kind of all get why Chelsea are dying, right? Like they're just new manager spending like 900 million on some random stuff. We don't like. We all know why Chelsea are failing, right?
Yeah.
So we just expect Chelsea to give Potter time. I think they're going to give him time to build all these kids, and we'll see what happens. But with Liverpool's decline is interesting because if you actually think about it, they never actually strengthened when they was at their strongest point. When they was winning the Champions League and winning the league, they never actually bought anyone special.
Yeah, and they need to do it, mate, because they've done it in the wrong positions, haven't they? Because let's have it right.
Yeah.
In the midfield, they're that midfield now. I don't fear me like it would have a few years ago.
Nah.
That midfield's bad now, man. For me, they need refreshment badly in there because they got a lot of good forward players, and I do think they have missed them. So you give them a little bit of leeway for that. But then I think, they're a massive club though, man. I don't always think the huge clubs should be given like the smaller teams. Like if we get injuries, I think, well, yeah, but you lot got more money, man. You should have made sure that if you get injuries, you've got the quality to replace them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Gakpo. I feel like we definitely
man, he looks awful. I know you've got to give him a time, but you look like you've done a good thing. They didn't think with you, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah, because apparently Eric Ten Hag didn't think he was ready because we need a ready-made striker. We don't need
ready-made,
because obviously we're basically trying to replace Ronaldo's. The only reason Weghorst came in is because he said, we'll try and get someone in the summer that's available. Nobody's available that's of any form of good enough striker for United at the moment in time. So we decided not to spend 50 million on a maybe striker and just went for a quick fix for the next 5 minutes. But boy, he looks terrible, man. I don't know what's going on with Gakpo.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him on the ball and I thought, it doesn't look like how you see him at the World Cup. Like, it was crazy, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. Difference of quality, though, isn't it?
I mean, it does happen, don't it? I mean, this league is the hardest league, man, and sometimes players do need a chance to adapt. But the only problem is, he needs to be doing it now for me because when Diaz and Jota and all that come back next season, if he don't turn his form quick, he's going to be sitting on the bench, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Mate, he'll be out of the team. But the thing is, I don't think he's there to be in the team. He's meant to be on the bench, really, isn't he?
Like you say, but it's just because they're short on numbers.
They was kind of forced into that signing, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what I'd be gutted about if I'm honest, Liverpool fan? It's like, I really like that Jota. I wasn't sure if he was good enough to play for Liverpool. Yeah. And since he's gone there, he's been brilliant. And the injuries, though, man, fucking hell.
He's always injured as well, though, ain't he? Like, he's always out.
No, and that's the problem. I'd be gutted by that because when he has played, he can be deadly.
100%.
One of the best players as well.
Arsenal took a loss as well, 1-0 to Everton. That was good music to my ears.
You know, like, do you know what? Man City fucked it though, man. They was given a fucking bunk up yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to Tottenham and take it to 2 points, and now I think Arsenal, the way Man City defending, Arsenal will definitely beat them at the Emirates for me because.
You think so?
And if they play like that defensively, they'll lose, man. 100%.
I think Pep might want to beat his student, man. I feel like Pep needs to beat his. I feel like if Pep doesn't beat Arsenal, boy, I mean, all they got is a Champions League at this point, and I don't think they're going to win the Champions League.
No, I mean, like going back to what you're saying, like obviously he's probably going to put Diaz and Laporte back in, but you can't have that Ake, Akanji. Even Kyle Walker now. Kyle Walker ain't as good as he used to be, man. And you can't have that as a defence. Like, Edison must look in front of him and think, you're having a laugh, man.
Hello? You're winning like 4 Premier Leagues in like 5-6 years, and then all of a sudden you don't even have a good defence. How does that even happen?
Yeah, 100%. It's crazy. Like, I just don't get it, man. I really don't.
It is funny. That's the Premier League for you, though. It's a crazy old league, man.
That's one thing you have to give to Arsenal now. I mean, they look. The words ain't coming out. They do look strong defensively. Do you know what I mean? When you see them play, like they're not like that team that from last season and years before, where I thought you could really get at Arsenal.
Yeah.
They've really changed it, man. You know. Good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Saliba and Gabriel look decent partnership.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a Man City fan, I'd be fucking gutted because Shevchenko is a good player, man, isn't he?
Very good, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, that's another weird thing, right? City selling to their rivals. Like, what the hell? I mean, Pep must have really thought that Arsenal were nothing to be like, here, have Jesus, have Zinchenko, and then you look at, well, if you look at City's left back now, they could do with a Zinchenko. I mean,
flying to their team, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
He was in a style.
That Rico Lewis, I don't know. It looks all right, but
He's not bad, but
yeah.
I just feel like he doesn't bring that same kind of energy that Zinchenko's got. I mean, if you look at what he's done to Arsenal, he's fully transformed how they play their football. Jesus, obviously, he's not really been playing for a while, anyways. But when he was playing at Arsenal in the beginning of the season before the World Cup, I mean, you start to wonder, like, why did Pep just never just play him consistently?
Yeah, I mean, they've made a mistake, haven't they? I mean, they're not missing Sterling, obviously. I mean, but them two, I would have said I agree with you. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a good option after Haaland.
He grafts as well, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's just. I feel like he just suits City better than Haaland. Haaland just looks weird. Like, whenever I watch City now, yeah, because they don't do the crosses, they don't do the long balls, they don't do their quick through balls. They just tiki taka into the box, look for space, and then find the space and shoot.
No, it don't work. I agree, it doesn't work because it's seen a lot of games now where that if Haaland doesn't get the ball in the box or whatever, it's not effective. Like, that's the difference. Like, when someone says about between him and Kane, Kane's a better player, man. I don't care what anyone says. Kane is a better player. Kane's all-round game.
Well, Kane, yeah, that's the same with Mbappe, because Mbappe and Kane can actually play football, whereas I feel like Haaland just runs into space. He's just a finisher, really.
Yeah, 100%.
He's a typical finisher. He doesn't really get involved with the game. But
and like you say, where Man City don't play to his strengths, it's like it's funny like how you think how he's got so many goals because like how many balls do you see where that he's asking for the ball to be played quick and they don't play it and it's like wow, like I see it loads of times against Tottenham again today. They put him through about 4 times and they don't play the passes. It's really weird.
It's so weird. Yeah, he makes a run and it's like no one can see him running. It's so strange.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only one thing to see is Kevin De Bruyne, isn't it? And obviously, I didn't get that yesterday. I mean, you're chasing down Arsenal for the title, and your record at Tottenham's terrible as well. They haven't. That's their 4th game there now. They haven't even scored, right?
Yeah.
And you play your best team. It's like fucking hell, man.
I'm seeing some little kid called Lewis on the pitch. I'm like, who is this kid?
Yeah. Like for me, I know you're taking a risk sometimes putting players back in when they've just come back from injury, but you're going for the title. Yesterday you put the Diaz in, you put the Bruyne in. The difference that would have made, I think, from the start. Tottenham, like especially when Man City are on the ball.
Yeah.
You know what De Bruyne is like, man. De Bruyne will find a couple of passes.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And I thought it was too late when they brought him on. I thought you're chasing it now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a bit late, wasn't it? I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see how City end up this season. I want to know if Pep's going to stay. I think that'll be interesting because Pep looks miserable as hell at the moment.
Yeah. I feel right. This is what I was saying. This is what I said to a friend as well. I feel that Pep might, even though he signed a new contract, that don't mean nothing, right?
Nah.
I looked at it that they lose the title, and I think they're going to now. I've just got a feeling that Arsenal are going to win it now. After yesterday, I just think Arsenal will get over the line, right? So
yeah.
They're going to, for me, if they lose the title and it goes out in the Champions League, I think he could walk away because he might just think, you know what, like, this is doing my head in, like, year after year, because everyone always keeps saying that Man City have got to win the Champions League, don't they? I mean,
yeah.
You know?
They do though.
No, they do, and there's no excuses there because at the end of the day, right? They're meant to be one of the best teams in the world. They've got a top manager. They've got the money. They've got the players. So there's no like where you think to yourself, oh, don't worry about it if they don't win it. No, man, they have to win it. You know.
Yeah, it's true. It'll be interesting to see how the league finishes. I do believe Arsenal's won it, to be honest with you. Be interesting to see.
Do you know what it is? Just because I don't see Arsenal losing many games.
No, I don't either.
I know they had an off day against Everton, but I just don't see them losing many games, and that's why I think they're going to win it because unless Man City can get all their players back, and then they go on one of them mad runs, I just don't see that happening, no, man. I mean, you can never say never because
of course, yeah.
But I just don't see it. I think that, like you said, there's something going on there. He must be pissing people off as well, Guardiola, because
of course,
like,
yeah, 100%.
Foden, like I know Foden's got a bit of an ankle injury at the minute, but it wasn't that before that. He wasn't in the team, was he? And it's like he used to be his like star boy. I used to love him, didn't he?
Yeah,
playing every week, you know.
100%. 100%. It's interesting just to see how everything's come. Is whether you're thinking that people like a Pep and Klopp have just overstayed their welcome. Pep is usually a 3-4 year manager who's got comfortable, I think, at City, stayed at City probably for a lot longer than he would have normally. I mean, he didn't even stay this long at his boyhood club at Barcelona. So to say that he's doing that at City, maybe he just overstayed his welcome. Obviously, he does have
No, I agree with that. I think with the Premier League as well, Sharif, I think it's changed because I don't think you can have them days of having the same manager for like 10 years or maybe longer. I obviously used to work back in the day when you had Wenger and Ferguson and stuff. I don't think this league's getting tougher and tougher every season. So I think that as the manager turnaround now, you're probably right about 4 or 5 years maximum. I say maximum 5 years. Then you have to change things because look at like the teams that are getting stronger, man. Brighton, fucking Brentford.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be a couple of other teams that will probably end up pushing on the next couple of years as well.
Mate, Newcastle are probably going to be an official top 6 club within 2 years.
Who's that?
Newcastle are now official. Like they probably now.
Definitely.
They've joined that now. They're probably going to be a top 7 club. It's going to be 7 teams now going for Champions League.
Yeah.
Wolves and bloody Aston Villa.
I think that Wolves, Leicester, and West Ham could come back, couldn't they? Because they've got money there. Well, it's not so much Leicester, but Wolves and West Ham have got money.
I mean, no, but Leicester City have now paid off their debt. I don't know if you've seen. They paid off their 180 million debt that they was in, and they're ready to go. That's why they never sacked Brendan Rodgers, because Brendan Rodgers has just been waiting for them to pay everything off. Get the green light for them to basically start again. So they're looking. I'm hearing. I was reading in the summer they're back onto splashing the cash and rebuilding the team. So they're basically just writing off this season, anyways. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And obviously, remember they made the sale of for Fofana for like 80 million. So that was a huge check to help write off the debt as well. So Leicester could be back. Obviously, Aston Villa as well with bloody Unai Emery. That's another one. Can you believe that you have an ex-Real Madrid manager in a relegation zone with Wolves? It's just mental what the Premier League, the Premier League pool right now is absolutely crazy. Because I remember when teams used to come to the Premier League to play for Champions League teams, but now people just want to be in the Premier League. Now you can get any player.
No, I agree with you, and the money's here for to pay the wages as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you would never have had a Diego Costa going to Wolves in 2016. That would never have happened. No way. He would have.
I like myself, Sharif. I never really ever see Palace paying big wages. I never thought I'd ever see that, because I was always used to being a Championship supporter when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? We've got to the Premier League a few times, but obviously we got relegated straight away, didn't we? So it's like but it's mad, the Premier League. Being very interesting. I mean, we're going to get sucked in, I think, with a relegation battle just because of the fixtures we got. But let's see what happens after, because I feel is that once we sort of get the next sort of 5-6 games out of the way, then teams again that we've got a really good chance again. Brighton Saturday. The only upside for us is they haven't beaten us for a very long time.
Okay.
And it goes out the window, form, doesn't it? When it goes into these sort of games, form goes out the window. So I look at it. You don't know, man. Palace are at home as well. We're better at home. You know, especially since Vieira's come to the club. So let's see, man.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes down, but. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go. I've got to get this podcast out for later tonight as well. So
sweet, man. Like I say, I'm definitely gonna give you a shout. So I'll probably get next week out of the way, and the week after, because I'm hoping the week after, man, I get rid of all this bruising and the pains and all that. And start getting better, man.
Yeah. No, man. Stay fresh, stay blessed. Obviously,
Yeah,
hopefully.
thanks a lot, man.
Yeah,
Take it
man.
easy, yeah?
You too, man. Take care in a bit.
Bye.
Bye. So there you go, man. Podcast. Footy talk, little teaser there, you know what I'm saying? A little conversations, you know, get the vibes, man. You know what's going on. Obviously, it's been your boy Firahs. This is the podcast. This is the podcast. This is the Firahs podcast, bro. I talk about shit, have a great time, and have good conversations. We out.